Sometimes I wonder if Jesus ever listens to what he says to me. He tells me, "Don't be afraid. You're worth many sparrows." W- not even an eagle or an owl or a hawk. Sparrows are a dime a dozen. I'm fighting lions and I have to be afraid of the cats. Don't be afraid. I am afraid. Afraid of my own shadows, afraid of the riots, afraid of virus, afraid of people, afraid of governments, afraid of everything. And then, we had 2 days of hearts, the Sacred Heart, the meek and humble heart, and then the Immaculate Heart of Mary, a sinless heart, and a God who puts away all of his armies, becomes a slave to save me, a slave of sin. What kind of savior is that? And his mother's no better. She's got 7 swords in her heart. How is she going to save me? The saints tell us that Jesus carried the cross in his heart from the Bethlehem to Calvary. He knew what he had to do. It took all the courage, and the closer it got, the more he sweated blood to face what he had to do because his father wanted him to do that, to surrender to his father's will. Uh, when you have to make a decision, that affects the ones you really love and care about, it's not easy. To be a failure, to knowingly step into a place of danger like that is not the stuff you make a movie called Braveheart with. And yet that's what God asks us to do, to surrender, not to some uh, general or some army, but to surrender to his heart, to surrender to that one who tests me and tries me and asks me to do things I really don't want to do, I can't do, I'm not able to do. And to abandon myself to that heart. It's not for nothing that we are afraid. Let's ask his mother how easy it is to trust when she called herself a slave. Behold, the slave of the Lord. Freedom is so alluring. If by freedom we mean revolt and running and trying to be what we're not meant to be. It's so easy to humble others before us, to expect them to be our slave, when Jesus became a slave of all, that in his slavery we might find freedom. Freedom from the one thing that really holds us slaves, selfishness.